Welcome to the Mark Pattison Show. Today we're talking about branding and why it's so important that you create your own brand. Welcome to the Mark Pattison Show. I went from being a solo agent to selling over $1 billion in real estate in just 6 years. I flip houses, I run a portfolio of investment properties, and I help people like you create lifestyles they couldn't even imagine living. I'm going to show you how to make riches through real estate. Welcome to the Mark Pattison Show. Welcome back to the show. On today's podcast, we're going to talk about branding, how we branded ourselves as Porchlight and also as my show, Mark Pattison Show, which you guys are all tuned in today, and why the importance of it and what we can do, some tips and tricks to help you with your branding. So let's just start off with what the heck is branding? Why does it matter? And how do I create like some 4 easy steps just to go through to make sure, is this my brand? Is this what I want to run with? So for starters is, how do you want to be perceived? How do you want your consumer to look at you online? What kind of clients do you want to attract? What's the vision? What do you think of how you're going to be helping people? Is it that luxury client? Is it the military family? Is it first-time home buyers? You know, if you're looking for first-time home buyers and you're just constantly posting things like luxury listings and look at this fancy car, you're going to be going towards the wrong audience. And remember, luxury is not necessarily looking online the same way that a first-time home buyer, a lot of your friends, sphere of influence are going to be looking at you. So it's super important to find out like who is your ideal audience and how do you want them to perceive you? So start right there. Next up, figure out what is your mission and vision and goals. Do you have all of that up in visual? Do you know what your mission is for this year or maybe even just for your business in general? Where's your vision? Is it your 1-year goal, your 5-year goal, your 10-year goal? Where's your company going to go? And if you're a solo agent, yeah, you are a company. Where do you see yourself 1, 3, 5, 10 years? Play that out so that you can know who you need to market to. Number 3, for reasons, let's talk about your value proposition. What value do you provide to your clients that someone else may not be able to? So think about things that makes you unique. What's your USP, your unique selling proposition? Make sure you have that. Make sure it's clear. Make sure you know where you're going because that will help you build your brand. One of the last tips on how to build your brand and start it out is be consistent. Without consistency, how is your consumer going to know what your brand is? And I don't mean post every day, just sold, just listed, etc. Build your brand to where you can be likable. Build your brand to where you're attracting that audience. Read a book. It's called Raving Fans. You want raving fans. Raving fans are going to be your best ROI, your sphere of influence that you can build up and create that audience like I talked about when you build your brand. If you can create a raving fan group that's referring you and using you for all your services, that's how you're going to make the big bucks. And it doesn't matter if the market's hot. They will call you for your services because you built that brand and you've built those raving fans. All right, so you got your brand idea. You got your identity out there. Now, how do I make that? And also, when you're starting out, or even if you're with the team, you want to be cautious of how much money it's costing you to build that brand. There's a couple great websites out there that can build your site for you. You can do it on your own. Our website for our team was built by me because it was a budget thing. But now that we're, rocking and rolling, we've got a couple other sites being built by professionals. Pay the dollars. It will make sense because if you want to make sure that that site looks professional and reflects your branding, you're going to have a professional do it. But if you're starting out, Wix and Squarespace, those are great websites. If you're on a team, honestly, lean into your team's branding. There's no way that you could beat your team's branding if your team has 10, 20, 30 agents. Or like at our team, we're at 74 agents. The collaborative of all of us together as Porchlight, which is my team name for real estate, that's so much bigger than what you could do on your own. So lean in where you can. Now, I totally understand you want some of your marketing to look like you and you want your own identity because it's important, but leverage with a team is so much greater than what you can do as an individual. So think about that before you waste any money. And some things that you guys can do as a team, which is a lot of fun, which we've done. You can create little GIFs on Instagram. And yes, it is called GIF. According to Steve Wilhite, he is the creator of it, so I think we should go with his opinion of how you say it. You create GIFs, the little sold signs, and it says Porchlight or whatever your brand name is. Some other things, swag. You can see the t-shirt here. We have t-shirts, we got socks, hats, we got baby gear, we got everything. So trust me, that swag does work. We do contests to give it out to our agents, but also we do things where we give it out to our clients. It's pretty fun. We were at the Petco game the other night. One of our agents had a Porchlight shirt on, and someone comes up and goes and says, oh my gosh, I'm buying my house from one of your agents. And come to find out, yes, they were in escrow on a purchase with one of our agents on our team, and they knew that from the shirt. So pretty cool to know that brand recognition out there because it does work, and it creates that familiarity. And when people are comfortable and familiar with you, they're going to buy more. So think about how you make sure you come across that as a perception.
Are you listening to this podcast and thinking, I want to level up? What the heck is my next move? First off, stop comparing yourself to others. Mark Pattison here, and I've got you covered. You've got to visit my website, markpattisonrealestate.com. On there, you're going to find tons of free content, courses, and a resource community to help you achieve your goals. Success in real estate is not found alone. I'm Mark Pattison. I want you to copy my playbook.
Some other swag things that we do, which I love. I took some examples here. These are stickers from Follow Up Boss. So if you can see that one there. And we got this guy here, their logo. So Follow Up Boss has done a great job. They're a CRM, and they put these little logos everywhere and these little stickers. Another one is business cards. I am not one to be like super adamant about business cards because I think a lot of people just throw them away. But there's a few that you get and you're just like, holy crap, that's a nice business card. And you save it or you throw it on your desk. Whether you utilize it or not, I'm not sure. But I found this one in my desk today, and I thought this was pretty cool. Look at this guy's business card. It's pretty sweet. He's got some color to it, and then him standing in black and white, and then he's got his information on the back. He is an agent in Miami. So Joe, thank you for letting me use your card for my podcast show. Taking that, having professional look, but if that's your look, you've got to make sure it's consistent across your branding. So for your buyer and your seller guides, a great website to utilize that just makes everything super easy is Canva. So if you ever get a hold of a buyer or seller guide that you love, upload that PDF to Canva, change it around to your branding, and bam, you got your own self, your own buyer and seller guide. So save you a few bucks. Canva Pro, definitely invest in that. I think it's $12 a month. So if you are looking to create your own stuff, just because you're not, maybe you're budgeting on having a graphic designer, et cetera, because that stuff does add up. But also, guys, if you're spending so much time on that and you're not doing the sales, you are a salesperson. You're only paid if you sell homes. So make sure that you focus on that first. And then, if you got extra time or if you enjoy the creative part, for sure, because I personally enjoy that stuff. The swag for the team, that's a huge win. I would definitely do that as well. We do contests based around it. Like I said, first 20 agents to get to this many dials for the month gets a pink sweatshirt. Well, if we have 74 agents on our team, there's only 20 of these sweatshirts that they all want. It creates a contest to basically for them to kind of attack that, and we get them to do leading indicators like dials or something else out of it. And that way it's fun for all. And just making sure that you stay consistent with your branding. We have a hashtag as well. So Porchlight Realty Team, PRT, you can always go off of different things, create your own hashtag. So that way it's easily searchable online. And when you do this and you just stay consistent, and as you go and things build up, that branding gets pushed. And mind you, if you're a small brand, you're fighting against some of the big guys because, Compass, Berkshire Hathaway, KW, they're all out there and people know and recognize them. But if you build your little raving fan base and you got your community, however many people that you have times your agents, like you can build a large community and people love local. So think about what your message is. Make sure your vision's up and clear. Make sure that you know what you're going to be doing for what you brand and how you want to come across to your clients, because branding is more important than ever, because sales aren't going to happen like they just did the last couple of years. They're going to be a little bit harder to get, and branding is what's going to put you forward. Your listing presentation better be on point. It's better be nailed down and it better look good. And if you don't have that dialed in yet, definitely make sure you go on that one and make sure you canvas someone's or create your own. But that's what's going to make people stand out, and that's going to be the difference. NAR just released that we're actually losing real estate agents. The market is getting tough, and people that have this kind of stuff down have their brand, have their image, have what they want out of life and what they want out of their career. They're going to be the ones that are going to be still here in 10, 20, 30 years. Or maybe not because they'll be retired, but they're going to be the ones that are going to make it through this. So definitely reach out if you have any things that you guys use for branding. I would love to hear from you. Save the podcast. I learned from you guys just as much as hopefully you learned from me. And this is Mark Pattison Show, all about branding.
Thank you for tuning into the Mark Pattison Show today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please download so you can refer back. If you like this content and want to continue receiving real estate education for free, head over to your computer, scroll all the way down to the section after the episodes on the podcast, and select the 5 stars. If you're willing to commit to transforming your business, please visit my website, markpattisonrealestate.com. We've created a community of real estate professionals where we give back and share tips on how to succeed. Visit markpattisonrealestate.com. And remember, if you're not fucking up, then you're not trying.